So hello everyone, we hope you had a nice day. So I'm Emma Carter
and I'm Fiona Smith
and you're watching
Lübeck News.
So here are the headlines.
Today's debate between Obama and Romney about global warming.
We're gonna see then the integration of the Islamic community in our society.
The importance of being bilingual in 2015.
The American Army research to make us more intelligent.
The Splash Mob event.
We're gonna show you Game of Thrones backstage.
And famous novels inspired by people.
Our last topic will be the windowless plane.
So, our reporter Simon Kadosh went in Washington to assist at the debate and interview Mr. Romney and Mr. Obama.
So we decided to invite the USA's president and his opponent, Mitt Romney. We're going to talk about the legislation concerning the global warming and the new types of energies to protect Earth. Let's start by Mr. President. Why were you interested in this topic?
So, hi everyone. I don't know if you remember my 2008 speech. This is the subject which gathered us. I have put solar panels on the roof of the White House, and I do my best to boost renewable energies and the solar generation. There are economic ways too to tackle climate change, but they need some more time to make their effect.
Now let's ask Mitt Romney, what do you think about that? Do you agree with him?
So, the process takes too much time. There are better and faster solutions. The White House's efforts aren't enough. With my reference, the mechanism of the renewable energies development will be faster and effective.
So, for you, what are these faster solutions?
Today, investing in universities and labs is the best means to tackle climate change. Our country has a lot of brilliant minds and must use them as the key to fight against global warming. But this is just an example. I have other ideas for this issue.
Thank you, both of you, for answering my questions.
Thank you, that was a pleasure.
So, to summarize, climate change is modifying our economy, our health, and our means to live in diverse ways. Scientists have warned us that if we do not aggressively curb the global warming, now the results will be likely disastrous. We can each play an important role in stopping this big issue, including voting for the right candidates at the next presidential elections. Good evening on Lübeck School.
Thank you, Simon.
So now we're gonna see the difficulties for Islamic community faces in the US today. We are with Maran Duchela and Victor Nicole.
Good morning. We are with the reporter Ramadush. He is live from the annual conference of America's largest Muslim organization.
Yes, exactly, Victor Nicole. I am the conference and I spoke with a lot of Muslims here and they explained to me that we can be Muslim yet integrated in USA.
Yes, I agree with you, but how and why does a Muslim feel very integrated in USA?
Simply people in USA accept Islamic people because they are moderate. Only 100 Americans, Muslims left in Syria and Iraq, but 10,000 Muslims in Europe. This example shows the difference between European Muslims and American Muslims. I think they are unique in the world.
Okay. So can see that the Islamic education is more moderate in USA than in Europe, and the good feelings of Americans towards Muslims with less cliché than in Europe.
Yes, because terrorism is a bad image of Islam. That's why we have to stop the conflation between Islamic people and Islamists.
Yeah, maybe. The world will have a better reflection of them. Thank you, bye.
Bye.
So thanks to Victor Nicole and Maran Duchela.
You all probably know Splash Mob, but what about Splash Mob? Our reporter Agathe Rajanson went at the Michigan Lake to get more information about the subject.
So hi, this is Agathe reporting live from the Lake Michigan in Chicago. I'm going to talk to you about the Splash Mob, and I'm with Mr. Hamza, the president of the event. So he's going to tell us some about it. So hi.
Hi, thank you for coming to the event.
You're welcome. So would you answer to my question?
Oh yes, with pleasure.
Okay, so what gave you the idea of making a Splash Mob?
Well, in the first place, I didn't love chlorinated captivity, natural environments where I love to swim. So I decided to create an anti-movement captivity where people would swim in natural places like lakes or swimming pools with no chlorinated captivity. And I called this event Splash Mob event.
Okay. And would you say it's successful now?
Yes, nowadays a lot of people come to Splash Mob events, naturally in summer. And also people from big cities like Chicago and New York, those type of cities. Okay. So let me introduce you to one of our famous members. Come here, don't be shy.
Hello. Hello, I'm Maud and I've been practicing Splash Mob for 3 years.
Okay, so do you enjoy Splash Mob?
Of course, it has become my favorite outside activity.
But why did you join the Splash Mob event?
Well, I hated municipal swimming pool and I don't have enough money to build one in my garden. And I realized that Splash Mob is better and easier.
Okay, thank you, Maud, and thank you, Mr. Hamza.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Agathe.
So now we have our special guest, Barney, who has been investigating on IQ development for a year. So hello, Barney.
Welcome on Lübeck News.
Hello, thank you. Have you ever thought about raising your IQ?
No, I don't need it.
Well, what does the US Army hide from us?
Don't know.
US military leads quest for futuristic ways to boost IQ. For years, and with many false starts and failed attempts, researchers have thought to develop ways to raise the IQ of the average human for obvious reasons.
Oh my god.
The US Army is actually working on a stunning array of pioneering brain development techniques. We sent our special reporter in a US military base. Good evening, Jackie. Tell us more about the IQ question.
I have been here for 3 months now. I am here with John, an experimental guy who's going to tell us his experience. So, the Army, Navy and Air Force are all funding to potential research program. But a 1,000 million program approved in January by the Intelligence Advanced Research Project Activity is one of the largest. The SHARP program is studying static both science and avant-garde, from meditation to Luzon electrical stimulation of the brain, with an aim toward making intelligent analysts, well, more intelligent. So, I'm actually in military space, we can see behind me, where I made a first experience, so after many try on mouses, decided to try on humans. So John here is the first human experience. Now, we're going to talk about the IQ experience. So John, hi, tell me, why did you accept to be an experimental guy?
Well, before I was stupid, but that was before.
Yeah. Oh my god, and what's your story?
So yes, I had nothing. I had no family, no job, no house. I lived in the street and so I had nothing to lose.
It's a very bad story to you. But what did they do raise your IQ exactly?
So they stimulated my brain with electrical impulsions with the 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
And so in selected parts of my brain and so to improve my cognitive abilities.
Yeah, but did it hurt? Were you afraid first time? Tell me.
It was quite impressive when I came here for the first treatment time.
Yeah.
Yes, so they came here with their big machines and I was afraid but it didn't hurt a lot. It was very soft, I think.
Okay, great. But is no long those effects last?
So the effects last about 6 hours. I'm a pilot now, and they last as long as I do my shift. Yes.
Okay, but now it's here you're intelligent.
Well, now
The
yeah.
effect it's here.
I'm intelligent.
Ah,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. But it is only for military or not?
No, it's also for children that try to score better on tests.
Yeah.
For the oldest person,
Yeah.
yes, because they lose their mind and they become stupid.
Yeah, of course. But I have a last question for you, Jen. Who are you now?
Well, now I have a house, a wife, children. I live the American dream.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
So thank you, Barney.
Today, our children must speak 2 languages, but why? Our journalist Anthony talked with the father of 3 bilingual children.
Hello, my name is Anthony. I'm a journalist for Lübeck News, and I'm here with Valentin. So he's a father of 3 kids, and so hello, Valentin. How old are your kids?
So they're 8, 11, and 15.
Okay, great. And how many languages do they speak?
They speak English and French.
Okay, great. So you speak French with them, right?
Right.
And how did they learn English?
They learn at school.
Okay, nice. That's great. So I would like to know. So they learn English at school, and so why did you choose? Why do you want them to speak English?
Because nowadays you have to speak at least 2 languages or more. So I had them learn English because it's very important in life.
Okay, great. And do you think it's gonna help them for the future, for a job, getting a job or something?
Yeah, of course. Because as I said before, it's very important to speak 2 languages, and employers need to know that you speak 2 languages.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so it's important for the job, but except of the job, do you think it's important to speak many languages? For example, I don't know, for the culture or something?
Yeah, because when you travel, you have to know English, because a lot of people know English in the world. So if you go to, for example, India, they are going to know to speak English, and yeah.
And so yeah, and as you know, nowadays everyone speaks, I don't know, English or French. Do you think it's important to learn other languages, for example, like Chinese or something, like other languages?
Yeah, because
or Spanish.
Yeah, as you probably know, there's a lot of Chinese in the world, so it could be useful to learn
for
Chinese.
business.
Yeah, for business. If you want to be a businessman, it's going to be useful, because there are a lot of Chinese businesses.
Yeah, and also because you told me that your kids, they learn English at school, but do you think they can learn a good English at school, or do you think they have to learn, like, do you think they need a teacher or something at home, or to go to summer camps?
Well, I think that of course you have to learn with the teacher, but it makes it easier if you just go to, you know, if you want to learn English, you just go to New York and speak
To
English.
New York?
Yeah, to New York or to LA or to like whatever, wherever. So like, yeah, if people speak English, it makes it easier to learn English, because you just speak English always.
That's nice. Okay, so and your kids are 8, 12, and 15, right?
No, 11 and 15.
Okay, 11 and 15. Sorry. And so and do you want them? Are you gonna do something to? Because do you want them to speak any like more languages? Any other language?
Yeah, I want them to learn Spanish.
Okay, why?
Because I'm half Argentinian,
and do you think it's important for them to speak
it's
Spanish?
important because there's a lot of people that speak Spanish too.
Okay.
So.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. See you, man.
So thank you, Anthony. So now, as you all know, today Game of Thrones new episode is coming out. So we're gonna join Alice Wood on the backstage.
Hey everyone, as you can see, I'm in Westeros. Maybe you can recognize the green grass, the landscape, and the sea and everything. So, can you guess where I am? I'm in Northern Ireland. As a Game of Thrones superfans, I wanted to discover the Western lands where the TV show was shot. So Northern Ireland now propose a new tour to show tourists the landscape where the TV show was shot and the local tourism rise. So I reached Game of Thrones tour organization directors Elisabeth. Thank you for meeting us.
It's a pleasure.
So explain us a little bit the tour. What can we do?
Yes, so it's a self-drive through Europe's filming location of the series in Northern Ireland, in North and South Belfast. So it takes you to Europe's most breathtaking areas like this one. So you have to take a look at the filming map on the website Winter is Coming, and it shows you where you can step.
Okay, and do you know why the Game of Thrones director chose the Northern Ireland to film?
They chose Northern Ireland because of its fantasy landscapes and its castles. There are castles everywhere, and there are incredible structures that catapult you right to the heart of the mythical land of Westeros.
And do you have any example as castle?
Yes, in South Belfast, the 18th century castle ward was converted to create the ancestral seat of the House Stark, Winterfell. So in real life, it's a 340 hectare, this mean with walking trails and an exotic garden and lovely farmyard.
Oh, I didn't know about that. That's amazing. I must go there. So thank you. So now we from Clara Gevrillon, super fan, French fan of Game of Thrones. So do you have any impressions to give us?
Yes, it's incredible. I really feel as if I was in Westeros. You know, Game of Thrones location is never far away.
Oh, and how long are you staying here?
2 weeks. It's the first time that I'm coming here, and I really love the landscape and everything. I hope I could come back.
Thank you. So thank you for watching us. Goodbye.
So thank you, Alice.
To all the compulsive readers, I have good news for you. Aneta made a new book, and the Lübeck's news team interviewed her just for you.
This is Good Morning England, presented by Emma Montori and Maxime Bureau. So today is a very special day, because in our literature part, we're going to invite a very special guest.
Yes, Emma. Today in our show will come the novelist of the year, the bestseller, which makes all the teenagers crazy.
So let's applaud for Aneta.
Yeah! Welcome, Aneta!
Thank you.
So,
how are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, hello, Miss Todd. First, do you want some chocolate?
No, it's okay,
No?
thank
Okay.
you. I already take my breakfast. I'm full. No,
Even okay?
thank you.
Okay. So, welcome, Good Morning England. We are so pleased to have you with us today.
Oh, thank you to invite me. I'm very happy to be in your show.
Aww.
Me too.
So, Miss Todd, let's talk about your ascension to fame. Everything started when the first novel of After came out.
Yes.
It's a beautiful love story, and we all wanted to know who inspired you.
Oh, well, I have to say, Harry Styles inspired me for my
Harry
story.
Styles, yeah.
And he inspired me for the main small character, you know. And it might sound cheesy, but it's the dream of all the single teenager in England. So
Yeah, because he's so cute, and even I find him quite attractive. I'm twice his age. Talking about that, what was it difficult to put somebody's name in your book? Isn't it illegal?
Oh, first, I did have many difficulties in first, but I meet Harry Styles. Yes. And I present my book, my story, all my chapters, and I ask him, "Can I use your name in my book?" And he say yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He reads all my chapters and he enjoy it.
That's-
So I'm very happy.
Oh yeah, well, aren't you a lucky one?
Yeah.
We are all eager to know if you had a lot of ups and downs, as you can see, before becoming one of the most recognized novelists today.
First, I published my chapters in a blog, you know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't interesting for me. and many followers ask, can you write a book? So I asked many publishers, and they published my book. So
okay, that's why you're standing here today.
Yeah. But you really do have an amazing style. I was very captivated to your story. Such an imagination. So thank you for your coming.
So thank you, Emma. So to conclude this program, we're going to talk about the windows which became giant screen on plane. We're going to join Sebastian and Stewart. They're going to tell us more about it.
Nowadays, when you fly above a beautiful landscape, you have no chance of seeing anything as the windows are so small. Hopefully, a UK developer found a solution to this problem of replacing these tiny windows by giant flexible LED screens. But is it for the best or for the worst? We asked the question to Sebastian, who is on one of the prototypes.
Yes, you are. I can install a cabin with giant screens all around me that can replicate what is outside the plane. It is fascinating but can be oppressive for passengers who are scared to fly, as the giant screens offer a panoramic view.
Thank you, Sebastian. What else will we be able to see during the flight?
So, during a flight, you can watch movies, and the light can also be dimmed for nap time.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But what sparked the idea of such screens?
So, as you know, installing some windows on a plane is very expensive, and you also need to strengthen the fuselage. But with the OLED screens, the plane consumes less fuel, and the plane is lighter.
But how can the OLED technology be used apart from the aerospace industry?
So the CPY Center for Process Innovation is currently doing some research on flexible OLED in order to put them onto packaging, but their main goal is for people to have complete flexibility in the cabin.
Wow, that sounds like science fiction. Who is in charge of this fantastic project?
I have spoken with Dr. Halliwell, and he's in charge of this project, and he is hopeful.
Well, we just have to wait and see. Many thanks, Sebastian, for your explanations.
You're welcome.
So thanks to Stewart and Sebastian, this is the end of the news, but the world continues.
All the information you need is on Lübeck News. It was Emma Carter and Fiona Smith. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And now the weather forecast.